I've been spending a lot of time thinking, weighing out the pros and cons of switching to two-handed bowling. Well, I guess at this point, just the pros. But seriously, I can't think of any legitimate cons. It's one thing if my one-handed game was good enough to compete on tour, but it's really not that good. I can average 220 on a house shot, but that's not amazing. I'm like 190, 200 on a sport shot. In one of my earlier videos, I talked about how two-handed bowling is easier than one-handed bowling, and that really just convinced me that I need to at least give it a shot. There's so many more advantages to bowling two-handed than there is one-handed. For example, your rev rate is almost double right off the bat just taking your thumb out of it. You don't have to worry about your ball fit nearly as much as you do with your thumb. For example, your span, your pitches, your thumb size, dealing with thumb tape, all of that's just eliminated right off the bat by taking your thumb out of it. You throw more messengers around, strikes are a lot more fun. It just makes a lot more sense to me at this point. I've been bowling one-handed for 15 years, and it kind of feels like it sucks throwing all that away. But at the same time, it's a whole new ballgame now. Everyone that's competitive on tour has an extremely high rev rate, like 500 RPMs, and taking your thumb out is just an easy way to get there with very little effort and practice. So what I've done now is I've plugged a few of my balls, thumb holes that I didn't really care for in the first place, and we're going to practice for the next few weeks two-handed and see how I like it. So far, my first practice session, I've averaged about 215. I feel about as accurate as I did one-handed anyway, so I'm not losing out on that. One of the big arguments that people make about two-handers is they're not as accurate, but I feel just as accurate. And if you look at the players on tour, the most accurate player right now is Belmonte.
Then going to bowl around the glass, just hitting the coin, knocking the coin into the glass, still getting a strike. Oh yeah! I think it worked. I think it got there.
I'm throwing a lot more strikes than I do one-handed. The pin action is insane. I've never seen messengers like this before. One-handed, I don't get those at all. Two-handed, immediately, my first day of practice, I'm seeing messengers like crazy. It's actually a lot more fun. And we have a regional coming up in 3 weeks, so if I like this by that time, I might be bowling the regional two-handed. We'll have to see how that turns out. So yeah, that's about it. I'm liking this a lot more. So far, bowling two-handed is way more fun than one-handed. I know a lot of people talk crap about it, but seriously, it's just way more fun. And isn't having fun the end goal of it in the first place? Don't we all just bowl because it's fun to us? So if we're having more fun, isn't that the purpose, I think? I don't know. We'll see how this goes. See you guys.
Oh my God.